a very big welcome to all the Basketball New South Wales fans out there. Currently following what you were about to see is the Spalding Waratah League Women's Division 2 semi-final between the Moss Vale Magic and the Springwood Scorchers. I'm very pleased to be joining you today. My name's Nick Godsell. With me is Kaz Irwin. Kaz, we've got some tightly fought teams over the course of the season facing us today.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this. To be honest, I haven't followed the Youth League Women too, but it's finals time, so I'm sure all these girls are going to be ready to step up, and there's no second prize right now in this game. The loser is gone and the winner gets to go on.
Yeah, now I need to ask you about the psychology right now, because the Magic came second on the table during the regular season, but the Springwood Scorchers, who came third on the table, they've actually got the wood on them over the course of the regular season, winning 2 games to 1.
Yeah, and you know what? Right now it's a totally different ball game. We're out on the other court, Youth League 1. The team who come first is losing. So it doesn't matter what's happened in the regular season. Right now is what these girls can perform on the game, and who can score, who can get stops, who can get rebounds. That's going to determine this game right now.
It's one and done, sudden death.
It is.
Okay, well, just in your opinion, psychologically speaking, which team do you think has the upper hand at this stage?
I'm going to say the team that finished 4th.
Okay.
Yep, I'm going to say they're coming into here. They've got nothing to lose. They've just got to come in there, follow their game plan from their coach, and just get it done. Where if you finish 1 or 2, like it's hard. Like you got to be ready for people just to come at you, because you know the whole season you've been the top of the ladder, and now these other 2 teams are fighting for it.
Well, it's the pressure of expectation, certainly. Now, this is second versus third right here, and the winner goes through to a final tomorrow against the Hills Hornets that actually had a very dominant win in the first semi-final. But we still got to play this one.
That's
we
right.
Find out who's the winner. Both these teams, they don't want to go home before tomorrow. Tomorrow is the final, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time here in Castle Hill in Sydney. But we just got to see who's going to stand up at the counter. A little bit of background over the course of the season. Now, the Scorchers have beaten the Magic twice. They've been fairly close games, 4 points, 3 points, and there was one 15-point win. But once again, these teams, both of them have a degree of confidence. I've talked with a couple of coaches, but would you say that they're bringing new stuff in to surprise their opponents at this stage of the season, or is it just sticking with what you know?
Oh, I personally wouldn't. I'd be just sticking with what we know and what works and what we do well.
Yeah, okay, so we're just going to stir the eggs.
Yeah.
By the way, Basketball New South Wales, we would just like to thank our sponsors. Basketball New South Wales acknowledges the New South Wales Government, GTK, Spalding, iAthletics, Sol Sports, V Insurance, PCYC New South Wales, and Sports New South Wales to help make this great event take place. And of course, once again, one thing that makes this event take place is also the viewers today.
Yeah.
All the family, friends, and just general hoops fans out there.
If these games have been close, I reckon this first quarter could be a little bit scrappy to start with, just until they get their nerves out and until they get through their flow of their motions and their defensive principles of whatever they're going to be running today.
Yeah, and I would expect this to be a physical game, because both of these teams, they do a lot of their work on the inside. Their leading scorers for both teams are getting a lot of the 2-point field goals.
Yeah, right.
It's Moss Vale to start. And Moss Vale getting the first stop. Both teams still trying to... And Grace Burke gets the first score for Moss Vale, number 3 for Moss Vale, putting them on the board. First score is always just that little little bit of a psychological bump. 2 stops in a row, they've got to be happy with that, but the early turnover, you've got to watch these turnovers, they could kill you if you're not careful with the ball. That is the 3rd stop for Moss Vale. They are looking to capitalise on this. Getting the ball inside to their leading scorer, Ellie Stokes.
Nice little pass and cut.
Once again, as I said before, these are 2 very interior-based teams. Ellie Stokes is the leading scorer during the regular season for Moss Vale. And so they'll be looking to go to her early and often. Getting her going early is a big step. Moss Vale working their transition.
And one, nice finish.
That is a very good score. Number 8, Eliza Ruff, finding a bit of rough play there, but going to the line 4-3 the old-fashioned way. Can't capitalise. But the Moss Vale coaching staff forcing another turnover there. They've got to be very happy with this start.
Yeah, Moss Vale's come out. They're running. They're executing their passes. They're finishing at the basket. Scorchers are getting good shots off, but they're just not making them. So then they're not putting that pressure on that first outlet pass to stop Moss Vale from running.
I mean, obviously getting the shots that they wanted, that's going to be part of it. Those
Yeah.
shots will fall.
Yep, definitely.
They've just got to make sure it doesn't get out of control early on. Number four, Grace Blackwood, the leading scorer throughout most of the regular season for the Springwood Scorchers, is on the board. Ball gets tied up. Springwood ball right there. They'll be happy to force a turnover off the hustle play. Once again, looking to play the inside game. If anything, you would say that Springwood has the size advantage if it comes to a game of muscle under the key, but maybe Moss Vale's speed might be able to get their transition game going.
Yeah, 100%. I would just like to see, I like number 7 from Scorchers, but just finishing with a 2-foot jump stop, just to be able to be that stronger, confident, more person.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And that was number 9, Matilda Spearin from Moss Vale, getting her opening score for the game. Score currently 8-2. It's early days, of course, but Moss Vale's getting a good start and they're getting into their rhythm early. And they're getting very good on the defensive boards too. It's pretty much one-shot attempts at the moment for Springwood. Springwood just needs to make sure that first shot is a quality shot. Yet again, another defensive rebound for Moss Vale. Eliza Ruff looking to take it in again. Springwood gets on the defensive board and draws the foul from Ellie Stokes, leading scorer for Moss Vale. One foul at this stage of the game is obviously not a big issue, but
No, it may be later, and I feel like it was a pretty soft and probably just a bit of a frustrating, lazy foul that probably...
yeah, it's one of those unnecessary ones
Yep.
that at the 37-minute mark you may be kicking yourself for. Now, here is the other leading scorer, number 14, Nyoka Jeb for Springwood Scorchers. She's just checked in. As you can see, she has a height advantage. So she's only played 5 games over the course of the season, possibly due to injury. But if she can take advantage of her size around the rim, it could be a real issue for Moss Vale.
She's long.
And and obviously in modern basketball, we talk about the spread floor three-point shooting, but nonetheless, height still can matter.
Yeah, definitely it does. And Springwood, he's gone into a 2-3.
With that height in the middle.
Yeah, with that height in the middle.
You would have to exploit that.
Yes, yep. Yeah, 100%. They just got to do a good job of boxing out on that first shot.
Moss Vale actually has its two centres on at the moment, both Ellie Stokes and Caitlin Stone, to try and counteract that. But once again,
and they look small.
They do. But it's how tall you are on the inside that counts.
That is right. Oh. Good D. And there's that rebound. Good stop.
First to the ball, it does make all the difference. But not if you turn the ball over. Moss Vale on the break now.
Oh, stay up. Keep them up. Oh.
That was a good wall up.
That was a great wall up. I think everyone thought that was going to be a foul just then, just from bringing their hands down, but she did a good job of not making contact.
Oh, referee actually calls
yeah.
the other way.
Yep. They called a travel. Oh.
Oh, Caitlin Stone's going to be regretting that. It was a great steal, though. Once again, turnovers could play a factor if they continue at this rate. Moss Vale once again looking to get out on the break early so they don't have to combat that size. Unfortunately, the defence has thrown them off their game.
Yep. Springwood just need to look after the ball just a little bit better. Just need to look after the ball. They're just forcing those passes that are going straight to the defence.
And there is yet again one of those turnovers. It's possibly just nerves of the day. This is one of these teams is having their last game of the season and they don't want it to be them. So nerves are obviously a factor. Moss Vale making some subs now. Phoebe Leary coming in. Ellie Stokes taking a break.
Oh, nice shot.
Caitlin Stone looking to spread the floor. She's not going to be able to match her opposite number for size, but if she can stretch the floor like that and bring the ball, bring the defense away from the basket.
Oh, great pass.
That impressive defense considering what they were up against. Turnover again for Moss Vale. Score currently 10-2, Moss Vale up, but I don't think the scoreboard reflects just how tight this game is looking.
No, not at all. I was just about to say I'd like to see the coach have a timeout just to maybe get the girls to calm down a little bit, go through a play that may be able to help them get an easy score, just work on their motion just to, get off that 2 points.
This is the point in the game where the coach just wants to remind you what worked for you during the season.
Yes. Yep.
Improvisation is all well and good, but you've just got to make sure that your teammates are on the same page.
Yep, and I think their options that they've had have been good. They're just turning the ball over before that, and that's when it's hurting, and then they're not getting back for the defensive transition from Moss Vale because they're running and pushing.
Yeah. Couple of things to look out for as well is the perimeter game. Now, obviously, both teams like to put it inside early, but we have a couple of perimeter players representing each team. Grace Clark for the Scorchers, she is number 9. She led the team in three-point shooting over the course of the season with 20 three-point field goals. Now, that is not a high number, but nonetheless, she's going to be someone that the team is going to be looking to try and spread the floor. The highest three-point shooting from the Moss Vale Magic has been Matilda Spearin, number 9 for Moss Vale. She's only made 11 three-point field goals over the course of the season, which I think shows that the emphasis for the Moss Vale game is very much an interior game and a running game.
Yep. Oh. That was good. Moss Vale come out of that timeout and they went into a 2-2-1 press. Scorchers beat it very easily, but they just couldn't finish at the end there.
Yeah, it could be a little bit of a panic pass, just seeing the change in the defence.
Oh.
Over the top of the defence, indeed. Number 7, Phoebe Leary.
That's a tough shot. We'll give her that one.
I'm 6'5", and I wouldn't want to take that shot. Moss Vale once again looking to get their running game going early, just to put some heat on the rim, some pressure on the defence.
There's that presence again inside.
Yes, having that wall up close to the rim, it always makes you think twice on the fast break. And of course, she's in there for the defensive rebounding, and she is making an impact in that point. Number 14, Nyoka Deb. Oh.
That was better.
It was.
He's better.
In terms of shots that you want, that's
yep.
one that you want in your repertoire. It just didn't go down that time. Now, she is, over her short tenure with this team, the leading scorer points per game wise, but possibly once again a little bit of nerves.
Yeah, totally. Both teams having lots of subs right now, getting fresh legs out there.
Moss Vale is going much smaller, so they are probably going to look to try and spread the floor now and play the small ball style that's becoming all the rage. Once again, went into a three-point shot, so the hustle coming back from Ayesa Cecilio. She gets the steal back, number 13 for Moss Vale. And they're trying to go inside. They're trying to draw that crucial second foul from Nyoka Deb, but number 7, Phoebe Leary. She's making an impact since she's come on the interior game.
Let's go.
14 points to 2, Moss Vale currently up. There's 2:47 to go in the first quarter. The foul trouble is not massive for either team. Springwood currently has 3 fouls. They probably don't want to get into the bonus. Well, they obviously don't want to get into the bonus, but they probably, if they are disciplined with their fouls, that won't be an issue for the remainder of this quarter. Oh. The perimeter game goes. 3 points and 1. That is number 8, Eliza Ruff. When the going gets rough, the rough get going. I couldn't resist it, I'm sorry. That's a dad joke if ever you heard one.
Moss Vale had, that was really good inside, outside, reverse it. It was a great shot option for her.
Yeah. It's good if they have that 3-point game as a secondary option.
Well, good defense.
The wall-ups around the rim are making a difference. Springwood ball, but Moss Vale's got to be pleased with that interruption, that deflection there, because they can reset their defense, and they are going zone. They are under no misapprehension about the fact that Springwood wants to get it inside, as indeed they do. Offensive rebound again. Oh. Leads to a turnover.
That was much better ball movement, inside, outside again against the zone. Again, it's just those turnovers that they need to eliminate.
Yeah, it's very promising play, but it's always a little deflating when you execute so many great offensive options, but just lose the ball without getting that shot off. Eliza Ruff trying to contest the ball there, but ultimately Springwood ball. 1:47 to go, 17 to 2. 17 to 2. Obviously, Springwood's going to have a bit of a chat at quarter time. If I could see the scoreboard right now, however, I would think it was a much closer game than that.
100%. Totally agree with that one.
Springwood ball baseline. They're going to look to try and execute one of their dead ball plays. Can they beat a Moss Vale zone? Trying to do it from the perimeter. Moss Vale did get the stop, but unfortunately they just couldn't seal possession. Once again, the possessions mean so much in this game. Good draw of the foul. number 4, Grace Blackwood, leading scorer for most of the season for Springwood, driving hard, getting herself to the line. It's possible going to the line could actually start to even this game up for them.
Just give him some confidence.
Yeah,
Get some points on the board.
you just want that space to be able to see the ball go through the rim and build up those shooting chops. Unfortunately, she can't convert on either of those. Moss Vale looking to execute in the half court. Once again, they are looking to spread the floor. Number 8, Eliza Ruff. Really putting her stamp on the game. I would say she's game leading scorer at this stage. Drawing the foul, however. It takes a little bit of the wind out of the sails. Her first personal foul, so not a massive issue, but she is going for a well-earned rest. Number 9, Matilda Spearin, returning to the floor for Moss Vale. It looks to me like Moss Vale has cued on to the fact that it's the entry passes that are very much key for Springwood, and they're looking to just make sure that those passes are as difficult as possible. Moss Vale ball again off the deflection. Now, obviously, it's still a Moss Vale ball, but the coach will be happy seeing the number of deflections go up, because basically it will interfere with the Moss Vale rhythm. Consider that rhythm interfered with.
I feel like that was a little bit sloppy. And that's the only issue that's going to happen when you get a point score like this in the first quarter. You're just going to do those little things that you shouldn't be doing.
Yes, you don't want to relax at this stage. Foul called. So it's number 15, Lily Bentley, to the line for 2 shots, and she makes the first. And indeed, Moss Vale is in the bonus. It's a bit late in the quarter, but still, they might be able to take advantage of that for one more offense after this. Lane violation. You get another go. That's so very welcome when you miss.
Yeah.
That was a foul that was really not necessary.
Yeah, yep. Yes, yep. Some may say it's just a bit of a coach killer when it's not needed.
I mean, Moss Vale has the depth to deal with foul trouble to some degree, but by the same token, you don't just want to give them away. And obviously now both teams are in the bonus, so if Springwood gets the ball again, that could be a factor in the final few seconds of this quarter. The offensive rebound, however, by Luca Hare really gives...
And
that offensive rebound really made the difference. Lily Bentley, number 15, for Moss Vale, banking it. And the turnover again.
Halfway.
1 second to go.
Let it go. Oh.
It was a good wall up to stop the break, but once again, the Springwood coach is going to be, shall we say, losing a few hours of sleep tonight, possibly over this. How have you seen the game go so far?
I think Moss Vale jumped out early, but the thing is they're looking after the ball, where the Scorchers are struggling to make passes or just to get that pass off. They just need a little bit more patience. They need to have a little bit more dribble, looking after the ball instead of just rushing it for that first option. Maybe get a reversal and then get it into the big instead of just trying off that first pass that's not there.
Because they certainly have the size in the paint.
Oh, yeah, yep. Yeah, they do have the size, and it's just looking after the ball. That's what it comes down to. Maybe having a little goal of, okay, we're staying in the 2-3. Let's get 2 defensive stops in a row. We outlet it, we run, we make a layup. They're the sort of things when the score's this far that the coach has to be chucking in there just to give them, well, to keep them going and not to be deflated and want to give up.
No, absolutely. And once again, I just, if I could not see the scoreboard, which currently says 24-2 Moss Vale,
Yes.
I would say this is a much tighter game because, as we've talked about before, the shots that Springwood have been getting around the rim, they're the shots that you would try and orchestrate for your team. They haven't been going in.
Yep.
But do you think at this stage, with this kind of deficit, is Springwood just going to loosen up and say we're playing with nothing to lose? Or?
Oh, 100% I would be. It'll just be going out there, shooting the ball, getting after it, diving on it. I would like to even see them come out and throw a press at them. Like, you got nothing to lose right now. You just got to keep changing it up, keep throwing out different options for them to have a go at.
Yeah, play a little more aggressive, a little more loose. You miss every shot you don't take.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, once again, the shots are the issue, of course, because they just need to rein in these turnovers. If those shots come, it could be a whole different game.
Yeah, you limit the turnovers because most of the turnovers are coming before the shot even gets up. Limit the turnovers, then you have that shot that they're used to.
We're coming into the second quarter now. Springwood opening in a zone.
Good option.
But the offensive rebound off the three-point shot. Referee calls jump ball. Possession arrow. Springwood. I was a little concerned just how easy Moss Vale got that first three-point shot, considering they're not a massive three-point shooting team, but the confidence seems to be up from the perimeter now. They've seen it go through a couple of times.
Definitely, and you know what? That's what the coach would want for this next game, because right now it's just all about keeping the flow going, don't go away from anything, making sure everyone just keeps working hard, rotating your players so they don't get tired.
Ellie Stokes taking it in, working the low post, drawing the foul on number 7, Rihanna Stockhill from Springwood Scorchers. Their centre currently running the floor. Ellie Stokes, leading scorer for the Moss Vale Magic, to the line, 2 shots. And I suppose this also comes down to, once again, free throws. You've got to make your free throws.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what age, what division.
So for all the kids out there, basically, you arrive to training early. You're waiting for other people to show up. Get to the free throw line. Once again, a bit of action, bit of hustle. Wins Moss Vale back the ball. They're going to look to execute from the baseline. Number 14, Nyoka Deb, she comes back in to attempt to stifle that interior game from Moss Vale.
Oh, there we go.
Number 24 with the steal, coast to coast. That is Abby Skeen from Springwood Scorchers. That'll bring a little bit of confidence both in their defense and in their ability to score. Defensive rebound again from Nyoka Deb. Foul called. Foul called on number 14, Abigail Hunt from Moss Vale Magic. Off the bench to provide some extra depth for the game. Springwood once again looking for that entry pass. Not necessarily able to find it. Turnover. Number 15, Lily Bentley. Oh, she was thinking about the three-point shot. And there is one of those. I'm fairly sure the ball has been covered in margarine. Yeah. There's been a lot of slipping out of hands. Timeout called. They're going to have a bit of a chat about it. Basketball New South Wales would like to thank one of our major sponsors, Spalding, the official ball partner of Basketball New South Wales. Visit the online store at www.bnsw.com.au to purchase yours today. Would you say there's some more positive vibes coming from Springwood right now?
Yeah, definitely. And it's from there was great defensive effort. They got a stop. They outletted it. We made the layup. Come back, got another defensive stop. Got the ball at the court, but then we just went back into those poor efforts of making that pass inside when there's too many hands. So, but they have come out and there has been an effort lift. So hopefully they're working to, like, just talking about getting more stops, being consistent with that, and just looking after the ball.
Yes, it's very much two different teams. To me, it looks like a game of speed versus size.
Yeah.
And, of course, you need to lean into whatever's been working for you during the regular season, but you also need to play the opponent in front of you and just see exactly what they're giving with you. And maybe you need to tinker with your lineup to adjust, either to meet them or counter them. It's Moss Vale ball from the sideline right now to restart. Abigail Hunt with the ball. Ellie Stokes going for a very long bomb there, obviously trying to space the floor and get those big girls out of the paint. A little bit lucky for Moss Vale there, to be honest, because after that long rebound, Springwood, the break was theirs to take.
I would have liked to seen Abby actually score that instead of making that pass, because she just got a layup and her confidence should have been there. That probably could have been her being a little bit more selfish.
Jump ball called. It's possession arrow Moss Vale way.
Pick him up, pick him up. Who's got who?
Obviously, unselfishness is a wonderful human trait, but at some point, someone's got to take the shot.
Yeah, when it's 24-4, and she just scored that layup. That's her role to keep going.
At this point in a game like this, you can't afford to be afraid to fail. You just have to be afraid not to try.
Yes, 100%.
Looking for that interior
better.
game.
That is heaps better.
Using that size inside with a big-to-big game.
And just having that patience on that little bounce pass.
Yes. Grace Wood, number 23, going to the line for 2 shots. And Nyoka Deb working together in tandem or in the paint, causing a bit of trouble for Moss Vale.
Yeah, she had a big block down there, down the defensive end, which made that happen down this end, which is good.
And, of course, that block means more than just one block. It means it could change the next few shots for Moss Vale. She makes the second free throw. Score is currently 24-5. Moss Vale up. Both teams on 2 fouls. Not massive foul trouble. We got 7:51 to go, however, in the second quarter, in the first half, indeed. Moss Vale very much looking to consolidate. They don't want to rest on their laurels just yet. Grace Burke with a very nice feed, but Nyoka Deb, once again, walling up at the rim, making a difference, changing shots at the rim.
That was better.
That is a demonstration of height still has a role to play in the game of basketball at both ends of the court. And she's just shown it there in a 30-second montage. And it's possible her presence in the paint is now forcing turnovers just like this.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of a switch happening right here with Scorchers. I think they're seeing what they can do and how easy it is.
There was improved ball movement there, obviously a deflection. Now they just have to restart their offense. They still have 14 seconds on the shot clock, so plenty of time to go through their stuff. Just make sure that they take good care of the ball in the process. It was an open shot, worth taking.
Definitely worth looking at.
That was number 24, Abby Skeen for Springwood. Once again, Nyoka Deb, that hand in the air makes all the difference.
That long hand. Great pass. There we are.
Now I think we're starting to see why she was, over her 5 games, the leading scorer for Springwood Scorchers over the course of the season. I mean, that height, when deployed correctly around the rim, is causing havoc at both ends.
Third stop in a row.
And they get to trigger the break. They haven't had too many fast break opportunities. Abby Skeen, number 24 for Springwood Scorchers, with the offensive rebound and the putback. If they don't look at the scoreboard and they just start to play the game that's in front of them, play by play, ruling the airwaves.
That was huge.
And the offensive rebound once again, drawing the foul. And Moss Vale cannot get on their vaunted fast break if they're having to pull the ball out of the basket after free throws.
I feel like right now there's a lot of tired girls out there on both teams.
Yes, both coaches reaching down into their depth charts to make sure that they can have fresh bodies on the floor for most of the time. Number 23, Grace Wood, currently at the line, missed the first, going for the second. But her presence inside the keyway has drawn a couple of fouls now. Makes the second. And Grace takes a rest as well.
A well-earned rest, I'm going to say. She's been good.
Okay, Springwood's actually going a lot smaller now. Okay, they've taken their height off. Do you think that's due to fatigue, or do you think the coach is trying to tweak something?
No. Both girls were arms on their shoulders or hands on their hips a minute ago, so I think it's just tiredness.
Yep, so tired, hands, shoulders, knees and toes. Springwood gets it over. Once again, those entry passes proving a bit of an issue for Springwood. They really are married to that interior game. It's their first, second and third option. That time, Moss Vale was able to get out on his fast break and punish them. So defensive transition also, I think, needs to be addressed by Springwood. Once again, you can see defensive rebound and Moss Vale is running. And it takes Springwood a little while to assemble in the zone that they've elected to play. Offensive rebound, Eliza Ruff. Going for the power move, Caitlin Stone with the offensive rebound as well. Substitute of number 15, Lily Kay Bentley, returning to the floor for Moss Vale.
Shot clock's at 2. Ooh! Bang!
That's the fun one.
Yeah.
Once again, it's not going to surprise you. I'm going to use the name Eliza Ruff.
Yeah, she's been impressive.
She's been very impressive indeed. And that's the kind of shot that you sort of want to take, because you have no option. You don't have the time to pass it, so why not take it? If you miss it, you tried. If you make it, you're a hero.
Oh, great feed.
Great feed down to the dunker spot, kicking across. Foul called.
A bit of a late call. Crowd's not happy.
Fouls on number 9 for the Scorchers. That's Grace Clark. Well, that's a way to build up tension.
Yeah.
And Caitlin Stone going for a second free throw. Unable to make it 2 from 2, but offensive rebound. Lily Kay Bentley draws the foul. These offensive rebounds, they're becoming a factor as well. An offensive rebound is almost like a turnover.
Yeah, definitely. I feel Scorchers probably should have just subs. So here we are. That's better. I think quick subs here for Scorchers are needed just to get that height back out, because the girls that were getting the stops and getting the scores all went to the bench, but they need to, you know, have that quick sub and get them back out on the court.
Yeah, the defensive rebound game for the Scorchers was so much stronger when Nyoka Deb was out there before, and it was just a bevy of offensive rebounds from Moss Vale recently. Nyoka Deb, of course, now returning to the floor to redress that balance, hopefully, for the Scorchers. Free throw down for Lily Kate Bentley. That was a very productive trip up the floor for the Moss Vale team. 31-12, 31-12. It is still a significant margin. The game is far from over, however. We've got 3:44 left in the first half. Scorchers are starting to find their way to the rim, and they're starting to find their identity. Ayesa Cecilio missing that shot. Nyoka Deb with the defensive rebound.
That's better. Second efforts here, when they're running, you need to have that person to follow her up in case they do miss that first attempt of the layup.
That's right. If the trailer goes right to the rim for the offensive rebound, it's so much better with that chance. Number 4, Grace Blackwood, to the line for the Scorchers. I'm led to believe, by the way, that the Moss Vale Waratah men's team, they're currently at home drinking beer and watching this game. So
shout out to the boys.
Yes, they didn't make this finals weekend, much to their chagrin, but they're all about supporting the Moss Vale girls in this Youth Women Waratah League Division 2 semi-final. Second free throw. Oh, that could have stung Moss Vale a bit. It was very lucky that they were able to get that rebound in the end. Travel call. It's getting physical in the paint there. Travel by Eliza Ruff. Springwood ball from the sideline. 3:17 to go. Both teams will be in the bonus from this point on, so fouls are going to play a factor, and they want to keep their hands out of the cookie jar.
That's easy basketball right there.
That's the interior game again. Now, with all the will in the world, Lily Kate Bentley, she played absolutely spotless defense. It's just that she was about 1 foot too low to actually contest that shot. Couple of offensive rebounds again. Springwood able to get the stop and capitalise. They're triggering their break game. Drawing the foul. Now, of course, being in the bonus, that is shots. Fouls on number 13, Ayesa Cecilio, who's one of Moss Vale's smaller, quicker players, but obviously if she finds herself trapped in the paint against that Springwood height, then possibly the foul was the correct option to take. And so far, it's kind of worked. Number 27, Elizabeth Senivatala, to the line. She makes her second for Springwood. Scores currently 31-15. Moss Vale up. 2:30 to go in the first half. And the steal again. Number 24, Abby Skeen. Offensive foul. Moving screen, would you say?
I'm a bit lost with that one.
Let's just say there was a collision.
There was contact, but I'm not...
There was a collision, and a decision was made.
I'm going to pass on that one.
Yeah. That's me just looking down at the stats, and I just see bodies on the floor. So,
that was an interesting call.
Yeah.
But we aren't the referees. We're up here talking.
It's a job. Look, the referees, that's a job I respect. I do not envy.
Yeah, 100%. And they do a great job.
Moss Vale getting inside once again for a penetration drive. 2 points at the rim, which is obviously not what Springwood wants to see, because that is their bread and butter, being able to stop the ball at the rim. Isabel Moran got the rebound there, was triggering the break. Ayesa Cecilia unable to capitalise on the short corner jumper.
Oh,
Ooh.
great pass.
Yes. Okay. Springwood coach is demonstrative on his opinions on that play, but he got the call that he was looking for. Number 14, Nyoka Deb, to the line for 2 shots now. Moss Vale is probably happy that she's shooting from 16 feet and not from 2 feet. You don't want to burn too many fouls, obviously, but we all remember the days of the Hacker Shack.
Yeah, the Hacker Shack.
Grace Burke with the defensive rebound. She's a real leader and a real tough player for Moss Vale. Lily Bentley. Oh! Lily Bentley saw the open 3-point shot, and all of a sudden it was not open.
3-on-1. Oh,
Fast break and the foul. A hesitant 3-point shot leads to a fast break conversion and the bonus.
I don't want to say it, but if we saw this in that first quarter, this would have been a totally different ball game.
Oh, absolutely. This would be neck and neck. It just looks like that Springwood took a bit of time to really find their identity within this game. 3-point play, number 4, Grace Blackwood, leading scorer, among others, for the Springwood Scorchers. Grace Burke looking to take it inside, but once again, that height of Nyoka Deb.
Yeah, that needed to be a dish outside for a jump shot.
Yeah, draw the defense, kick it out.
Oh, great pass.
Swarm the defense. Now, the important thing is when you miss a shot is not to drop your head and slow down in defensive transition. You just need to get on with the next play. I think there's a little too much dropping of heads when things don't go your way. I mean, ultimately, some of the best players in the world who get paid millions of dollars, if they shoot 40% for a game, a lot of them are happy. But once again, Springwood getting on the ball, and that they are tightening this scoreline. 33-20.
Ooh,
Now
that's a
36
big
to 20.
three.
Oh, big three from Lily Kate Bentley. Sparked her ankle there, but she looks all right.
Good rebound. Oh, just need a better finish. Needs to be stronger.
Once again, offensive rebounds playing a part, but this time in favour of Springwood. Now, as we mentioned before, we are in the bonus. That foul is going to send Elizabeth Senivitala, I'm terribly sorry,
No,
to the line.
You're well done on that.
2 shots. They get to slow themselves down. There's 7.1 seconds left, so Moss Vale, if they are switched on, they can make a difference in this final frame. But the score is just creeping closer. Now, when we were something like 12-2, that was a very different complexion. Right now it's 36-21. And the margin, although significant, it doesn't sound huge. Oh, credit to Abby Skeen for being able to get that shot off right at the buzzer. I mean, you miss every shot you don't take, and she gave herself a chance with that steal and to get that shot, and it also denied Moss Vale actually getting a shot at the rim in that final 7.1 seconds. At this stage, current score, 36 to Moss Vale, 21 to the Springfield Scorchers, 2 quarters to play. We would just like to thank one of our major sponsors, GTK. Basketball New South Wales would like to thank GTK, the naming rights partner of the Waratah Wheelchair League. No challenge is too great with GTK, leaders in assertive technology solutions. Get in touch with them today at www.gtk.com.au. Kaz, first half. I think we've seen a change in the wind.
Yeah, 100%. I think Scorchers' defense is the key. When they can get multiple stops and get the ball out early and make layups instead of getting in that half-court game, they look really, really good. But when they get in that half-court game, they got to work on limiting those turnovers. And some of those turnovers aren't even forced errors. Like they're just passing the ball straight to Moss Vale. And
Yeah.
Moss Vale, they do a great job of their running game. Like they got to just keep making layups, make layups, and hit that open jump shot.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's hesitancy in the half court for Springwood when they can't find the entry passes that they want. But it is that block shot game that we are seeing from them that is really triggering their break.
It's impressive.
Now, as we said before, it is a game of size versus speed, and obviously the speed game does play for Moss Vale. But once again, if they are having to foul the Springwood size at the rim, they just can't get that defensive steal or that defensive rebound just to get out on the break. So Springwood can control at both ends in terms of the tempo of this game. And Moss Vale, although they have a handy lead, as we said, 36-21 at the half, there is a formula there that they've got to be very careful about, that if Springwood exploits it.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like they'd still be happy. They've got to be happy with what they've done in the first half, because they would expect this team to come back, and they've had that battle so many times that they would know that they're capable of doing that. So I don't think that their halftime doesn't need to be a yelling, we're going to do this. It's like, let's continue to get those stops, keep running, attacking the defense, but let's work on dishing it outside for that open jump shot to take away the block, the situation where she's just going to keep getting block after block after block.
Absolutely. We will give you a few minutes break from our voices, and we will return with a couple of minutes to go for the second half. That is the third quarter coming in this semi-final in Division 2 of the Spalding Waratah Youth Women's Competition between the Moss Vale Magic and the Springwood Scorchers. It's a big welcome back to all our viewers out there on the interweb for this second half of the Moss Vale Magic versus Springwood Scorchers in the Division 2 of the Spalding Waratah Youth Women's Competition. Currently, Moss Vale is leading 36-21. I'm Nick Godsill, and joining me is Kaz Irwin. Kaz, first half, it started sketchy for Springwood, but we're starting to see a change.
Yeah, I like the change. I'm just hoping that they can continue it for this next quarter.
Yes, well, once again, a 15-point lead at halftime. It does sound significant, but this is a relatively low-scoring game. If one team just gets on a run, it's going to be a big issue for the other ones. So we would also, on behalf of Basketball New South Wales, like to thank one of our major sponsors, Soul Sports, the official supplier of our officiating apparel. Head to soulsports.com.au to learn more. Just to give you an idea, during the regular season, these teams head-to-head, the Scorchers won twice, the Magic won once. So the Scorchers know that they can play this team.
Did you say Scorchers won twice?
Won twice.
Wow.
They played 3 times. Scorchers 60-55 in their first meeting, and that was an away game for the Scorchers. In the second game, the Magic won 59-56 in an away game for the Magic. Third game, 77 to the Scorchers, 62 to the Magic as a home game for the Scorchers. So they have the runs on the board. Number 8, Eliza Ruff, opening the scoring for the Moss Vale Magic.
I like Ruff. She's just consistent in everything that she does.
Yeah, she's a bit of an all-court player. Like she will will mix it up in the paint, and she will work hard in the paint. But she'll also get out on the run. She will take it to the rim, but also shoot the three. Very much of a multi-positional player. Once again, it is that height that is causing trouble for Moss Vale Magic in the paint, Nyoka depth.
Before this, it was the pass from Blackwood that got to her hands. It was precise, it was there, she caught it, and that's how she's getting these free throws.
Yeah, and I mean, it's the passes we were talking about early in the game. If you get those entry passes right,
it's a totally different ball game.
That is correct. That is correct.
Good bounce pass.
Yep, good high-low between the two centres for Moss Vale, Ellie Stokes and Caitlin Stone, but this is something Springwood has not had that much this game, and they got on the fast break. Fast break, offensive rebound.
That was nice. That was good.
Deb again with the offensive rebound and putback. Playing that interior game that's causing Moss Vale so much trouble, but the ever-reliable Grace Burke, number 3 for Moss Vale, taking it inside, drawing the foul. Slowing down the frenetic pace of the game so far, getting herself to the free throw line, hopefully for 2 converted shots.
I thought it was good defense then. I wasn't quite sure what else she could do.
If you absolutely twisted my arm, I've got a feeling that the wall up and body position was very good, but I think there was a little bit of a shuffle of the feet outside of the cylinder. Second one goes down. That is 39-24. Moss Vale up early in the second half of this semi-final clash.
Ooh.
And the three-point game is getting going. That is Grace Clark for the Scorchers from distance.
Scorchers are going back to men here. I like this. Something different.
Kaz, I'm going to tell you something, and you tell me if you're surprised. It's only 12 points in this game now.
One, I am surprised, and 2, I love it.
And there is that defensive rebounding game getting again, which is triggering the fast break.
There we go.
Number 24, Abby Skeen on the break and converting.
Oh, nice.
Good give and go. Caitlin Stone firing it back to Grace Burke, who draws the foul from Deb.
I like the patience that Moss Vale have with that give and go, and they've done it the last 3 times down the court. They've done a really good job. So Springwood now have to adjust to that pass. They need to either deny it because they know it's coming, or don't let the high post catch it.
Yeah, well, Moss Vale really, they do trade on their ball movement. They've got, shall we say, smaller, agile, more mobile players, and they move around the floor and they move the ball with it. Let the ball do a lot of the work.
Oh, great rebound.
Ellie Stokes with the offensive rebound there. Grace Burke getting involved, drawing the foul. That could be foul trouble for number 14. Oh no, it's only her second personal foul. Oh, I mean, she's so involved in the physical action. I would have thought she would have more fouls at this stage, but I mean, credit to her.
Yeah, and she needs to stay out there.
She's keeping her hands clean.
Oh.
Eliza Ruff with the entry feed. She gets the return. 3-point shot now. I've got a feeling that was a bit of a panic 3-point shot.
Yes, it was forced.
It was off balance. She was leaning into the shot and falling into it. Just need to get your feet squared underneath you. Make sure you get that balance going there. Nice block shot from Ellie Stokes, number 12 for Moss Vale. Moss Vale is now going to a zone. They're trying to stop that interior game that Springwood's starting to rely on.
Oh, get in. Oh.
Offensive rebound and put back from number 4, Grace Blackwood. It is an 8-point game.
Oh, great pass.
Earlier on, we thought that this game was going to be a massive blowout. It's certainly not going that way.
How wrong can we be?
Well, this is the beauty of a game of basketball. It can be very high scoring, and it's not over till it's over.
Yeah.
The Australian Boomers versus Serbia, they know that a 24-point lead does not mean a win.
Yep, definitely. I mean, you had an early time out here for Moss Vale.
Yeah, Moss Vale, they have played well in this game, but they need to just refocus on what has worked well for them. They haven't had the same success in terms of denying those entry passes by Springwood, and they haven't got into their running game quite so much. Maybe they just need to redouble their efforts on the defensive boards to get that trigger that break. But at this stage, Springwood's got some answers.
Oh, Springwood's, they're pumping. Like the crowd's getting behind them. The players have lifted. The coaches are encouraging on the sideline. That's what you need to get that little bit of a run happening. Head
coach Thomas Reid from Springwood, yeah. His body language is a lot more relaxed right now, shall we say. I mean, obviously, he knows the job he's still got to do, but, yeah. There might be a couple more hours sleep for him tonight than otherwise.
I definitely, the consistent, what these guys need to be is so consistent with what works when they get a score and go away from those forced turnovers that they do so easily.
Yeah, well, like you said earlier on, that ball movement around the perimeter, if that first entry pass is not there, just try and find it from a different angle as opposed to forcing a pass that maybe would be inadvisable. And I think they've worked that out. But once again, Moss Vale gets a stop. Lily Kay Bentley with a good wall up there in the face of Deb.
We'll keep going with it. There it is.
There's the give and go. Offensive rebound. Oh, you've got to like that.
Good effort.
Number 11, Sophia Thompson for Moss Vale. Getting involved in the paint, and she gets another easy one at the rim. And we were talking about how nothing is ever over in basketball until that final siren. Now there is momentum going Moss Vale's way again. They've got it back out to a 12-point lead, and Grace Burke with the steal and the outlet to Lily Bentley, who draws the foul. Moss Vale has got their running game going again.
Yeah, which is good to see. It's just so up and down. One team has a run, now the other team has a spurt.
Well, I mean, this is probably what Moss Vale coach Craig Butler was talking about in the timeout. I mean, after the timeout, it has been night and day in terms of their body language and their activity on that break. Lily Kay Bentley making the first of 2 free throws. Capitalising on both.
probably would have liked to have seen a timeout just for Scorchers, just to get some control, just to settle it, to stop the Moss Vale run.
Yeah, well, the Scorchers, they do have 3 timeouts still up their sleeves, so yeah, if they want to arrest the momentum, then that's certainly an option. But it could be that the coach just has faith in the plan that they've got in place, and they certainly have had a far better second and third quarter than their first quarter. Offensive rebound, Ellie Stokes.
And a great finish.
Yeah, a great finish. I mean, that wasn't an easy finish. She saw a lot of opposition, but the thing is, she went up confident. She wasn't focused on the defense. She was focused on the basket, and sometimes you can't allow yourself to get distracted. And she gets the defensive rebound. Once again, Moss Vale looking for their break, their primary option. If it's not there, then they get into their half-court stuff.
Oh, nice shot. This is where that timeout needs to come.
Number 11, Sophia Thompson, just cool as a cucumber. The fast break wasn't there. She pulled it up. She balanced herself, and she got off a shot that she has every right to be very proud of.
There we are.
Number 24, Abby Skeen from Springwood.
I like their patience just then. There wasn't no panic. There was no turnover. And they got those 2 points.
Yeah, I think both teams are a lot more comfortable, and we're not seeing semi-final nerves. We are seeing teams that have their game going. That is number 15, Lily Kate Bentley, dialing from distance once again.
Oh, there she is.
Number 14, Jeb. She is dominating around the rim now, both ends, which is probably forcing the three-point game from Moss Vale. Moss Vale likes to play very much inside, but they've been able to get their three-point game going, and now Grace Burke does take it inside just to make a complete liar of me. Foul called. That was foul called on number 9, Matilda Spearin. But just arresting the break. That does allow Moss Vale to reset their defence. Number 14, Yoko Deb, coming off the floor. Number 23, Grace Wood, returning for the Scorchers. And she's looking to play her interior game once again. Grace Wood, down in the low post, using that strength.
Oh, nice extra
There is
pass.
that ball movement.
Let's have one, Coach. We need
I'm
one.
not sure Lily Kate Bentley knows what's going on after that three-pointer, because she is unconscious. Turnover there. After a three-point shot by the opposition, you really don't want to give the ball away at halfway just without even getting a shot off. That's a bit of a momentum break. And Kaz, we talked before, and it was only a 12-point game. It was only an 8-point game. Now it is a 20-point game, 57 to 37.
You know what?
Moss Vale currently up.
Credit to Moss Vale, to the girls, for stepping up and getting back into that rhythm and what they do so well.
Lily Kate Bentley returning to the bench for a well-earned rest after absolutely dominating from distance.
Yeah, she's been impressive. I wouldn't sit her for long.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. Moss Vale, I think, is adapting their game because, as I said before, they are an interior-based team. They like to get their layups. They like to get their interior post play. But because of the height and the size of Springwood, they have had to look to the perimeter for some of their points, and it has been working for them. Oh, bit of a turnover there. It does arrest Moss Vale's momentum slightly, but they do have that 20-point buffer right now, 57 to 37. And another thing, another feather in the cap of Moss Vale is they are in the bonus for the rest of this quarter. 3:23 to go in the third quarter. Ellie Stokes with the wall up. Foul is called, however. Number 12, Ellie Stokes with the foul. Number 23 for Springwood Scorchers, Grace Wood, to the line for 2 shots.
I like Grace's footwork. I'd like just for her to have an extra couple of dribbles before she comes to that jump stop, just to get a little bit closer, so it's not a forced a forced shot and it's a closer shot.
I do agree. I do like that footwork. It's a bit retro. I mean, that's how we played basketball in the
back
1990s.
When we played basketball.
Feed the post and back them down.
Yep.
Missed the first shot, but once again, by getting themselves to the line, they are arresting any possibility of a Moss Vale fast break off this.
Oh, good box out.
Isabel Moran unable to
Love it. Bodies
hang
on
on
the
to the
floor.
ball. Who wants it more? That's the real question. And we've got 13 minutes left in this game to work out. Foul is called. That is on number 14, Abigail Hunt. Her second personal foul. Springwood restarting from the sideline. And of course,
how good are the Waratah finals? Like, and if you can't get here, at least you can watch every single game online.
Yep, Basketball New South Wales has it covered, and you stick with us. You've got plenty of basketball over the weekend.
Oh, that would have been sweet.
It was a good curl cut, but once again, that deadly Moss Vale fast break is on the way. Block shot nonetheless. Number 23, Grace Wood, stopping that break. Once again, block shots are the game for Springwood. Eliza Ruff getting down deep, powering through, and of course, being in the bonus for the remainder of the quarter. That is 2 shots for her. We've seen a lot of action on the floor. We haven't seen a lot of action on the scoreboard in the last couple of minutes, but it's still that 20-point lead, and it still is even now. 57 to 37. Moss Vale over Springwood at this stage. The tension is palpable. And the second one goes down, and the scoreboard does indeed change. Eliza Ruff once again contributing, having a very good game for Moss Vale, just in an all-court game. She's playing inside, she's playing outside, she's tying up on defence. She's going to sleep well tonight.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. She's been outstanding this game.
Good pressure defence on the perimeter. They're actually starting to make Moss Vale a little bit uncertain about their entry passes here right now. Moss Vale gets to restart, of course. Good idea of a give and go. Shot was a bit of a panic. Foul called. Now both teams are in the bonus at this stage, so it's going to be free throws as well.
Do you reckon they're talking, is it unsportsmanlike only because there was no one? Are they going to... No, I thought they might have been calling that.
They might have been entertaining it. I mean, yeah, there probably wasn't that much play on the ball.
No, but it's the rule that there was no one else down there, so we're stopping that fast break. So it was just that little bit of a...
It did look very accidental, though.
Yeah, oh, yes, so definitely. I'm not talking about the actual contact, but it's the fact that there was no one else in front of her, and that means that she could be getting the ball
I can
back.
see what you say. I would say that if there was demonstration of more intent, it might have been called an unsportsmanlike foul, but it just looked like a genuine out-of-control collision. But did make 2 free throws out of it, so it really did pay off. Who wants it more? Everyone's on the floor. We might have to do some wiping.
Yeah.
Number 4, Caitlin Stone taking a break for Moss Vale. Number 7, Phoebe Leary returning to the floor. Phoebe Leary with the centre duties, and if you're playing centre for Moss Vale right now in that big spot, you've got a lot of work on your hands.
Yes, you definitely have a lot of work.
And of course, in the interests of the safety of the players, everyone is just wiping up the floor right now. The coach, he's doing everything. He's probably cut the oranges and he's wiping the floor right now. You don't want to lose a player to injury at any point of the season, but you certainly don't want to in the middle of a sudden death semi-final. So get those floors nice and clean. Couple more subs in for Moss Vale.
Getting some fresh legs in there. I like it.
Cecilio and Sophia Thompson, I believe.
High speed, high speed.
Oh, how good was that?
That was a nice curl cut and drive. Straight to the rim. That is number 4, Grace Blackwood. Now, she for the bulk of the season, she has been the leading scorer for Springwood. So at this stage, they're probably going to look to her to really assert herself.
Yep.
She is their most confident scorer. I mean, she's over the course of a long season, she's averaged just over 12.5 points a game in what is a very balanced team attack, but nonetheless, she has been at the spearhead for much of that. Now, number 14, Kof Deb, has been the leading scorer over a limited number of games, but you just need to know where your strengths are at this stage, because you're currently in a 17-point game, 17 points down. You need to go to where your bread is buttered.
Yes, that is true.
Second free throw does not go down. Isabel Moran manages to burp the ball out. Grace Burke starting to trigger the break. Grace Burke from distance.
Ooh.
It doesn't go. Okay. Fast break opportunity here for Springwood. Foul called. Number 4, Grace Blackwood. Grace Blackwood, one of the leading scorers for Springwood, able to get herself to the line. Now, it looks like she's taken a bit of a bump, either possibly a cork thigh or a sparked ankle. But I don't think she's going to want to sit down at this stage.
No, I don't think so either.
First of 2 shots doesn't go down, but that's what second chances are for. Oh, that was a rotational mistake. Number 7, Rihanna Stockhill, just wandering in there for the offensive rebound and put back. Didn't get the basket, but drew a foul. And
yeah,
that is clumsy play, especially in the bonus. That would have to, you'd have to say that this is a slightly lucky outcome for Moss Vale, considering how this could have gone.
yeah.
But nonetheless, second free throw goes down. It is 58-43. Moss Vale currently leading by 15 points over the Springwood Scorchers. It was a worthwhile 3-point shot. Isabel Moran's been one of their 3-point contributors over the course of the season. Walling up, but unfortunately on the move, out of the cylinder there.
I love when players have their hands up and they're like, "Ooh, I was walling up," but it's the body contact that they
Now,
forget
Kaz,
about.
isn't it incredible how there are so many players in Basketball New South Wales who have never committed a foul in their entire life? I mean, they've been accused of it plenty of times, but they never, ever foul. It's incredible.
It's like, who, me?
Matilda Spearin just with the hustle, throwing herself out of bounds to keep the ball going. Unfortunately, it is an undisciplined fast break. It goes out of bounds. Springwood gets a chance to narrow the lead again. It's currently 14. Now, we've seen Springwood get on runs, and we know that they can tighten this game. It's just a case of if they can continue to draw the fouls, if they can continue to force the turnovers, and, of course, make the baskets, as indeed number 27, Elizabeth Senevitala did. Isabel Moran from distance. Offensive rebound, Phoebe Leary. Offensive rebound, number 9, Matilda Spearin. Now Grace Burke is trying her way. Getting into the tall timber. Drawing the foul.
She did a good job of staying composed when there was so much contact just there.
Yeah, no, she really got after it. She focused on what she wanted to do. And I would say that Springwood was just forced to foul because of her sheer resolve. Now, Grossberg to the line for 2 shots. First one doesn't go. But once again, it does arrest that Springwood momentum slightly. Makes the second. So we're out to currently a 13-point lead, 59-46. And with the momentum and swings of this game, that is not a massive lead.
Not at all. Not at all. For what we've seen in this half.
Yeah, okay. A little bit of footsie there, but it's a Moss Vale ball. We got 14.9 seconds, so Moss Vale's going to look to try and execute in this time. They certainly don't want to allow Springwood to get another shot, but
Oh, don't reach.
4 seconds left. Dialing from distance.
Oh, go, throw it. Oh.
Okay. I mean, it is good for Moss Vale that they got that shot off. They didn't turn the ball over. They didn't foul. They missed the shot. That does happen. But a 13-point lead. In this game, I'm not calling anything yet.
Neither am I. The runs that both teams are having are crazy. So at any time, these guys could come out and just go bang, 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 and then keep going.
Yeah, I think Springwood needs to hope that their key players right now, they have the gas to play this final quarter. I mean, number 14, Deb, she's been absolutely dominant at both ends on her time on the floor. Now, she needs a rest, obviously, but hopefully she's had enough of a rest.
No, because this is their last game, so she doesn't need a rest. She needs to get out there and she needs to play.
I'll correct you, Kaz. They hope it's not their last game.
That's right.
But yeah, it's obviously all to play for. But
yeah, just get her on the court. She needs to play. She needs to be out there.
And Moss Vale certainly has their game plan. It's just how much they execute it. Is it going to be a running Moss Vale game, or is it going to be a pounded inside Springwood game for this final quarter? And that will probably decide this final picture. Once again, a big thank you to one of our premier sponsors, iAthletic. iAthletic, official partner for the Basketball New South Wales High Performance Programs and Apparel. Head to our online store at www.bnsw.com.au to check out some of the apparel on offer. 30 seconds until the fourth quarter begins. Destiny awaits. Kaz, if I twisted your arm and we forgot about what's on the scoreboard right now, if this was just a 10-minute game, where are your predictions lying?
Oh, I like it. I like the way that the Scorchers are starting. So I just feel like if the Scorchers can look after the ball and not have those turnovers, get a couple of quick baskets, get some stops, put the pressure on Moss Vale to look after the ball and keep doing what they're doing so well, I think this could be a great, I'm not going to pick it, but I think this could be a great quarter.
Yes, as they say, it's too early to tell if it's too close to call. And Bentley is, of course, back on for Moss Vale.
Yeah, I like to see that.
This needs to be turnover to start with, not ideal. But it was done out of energy and it was done out of activity. It wasn't hesitant. But Springwood gets the chance to draw first blood for the fourth quarter. And they go to their bread and butter. It does not go in. Lily Kay Bentley securing that defensive rebound, very critical. But Moss Vale is having to rely on a half-court game right now. They don't have the fast break. That wall up from number 14, Koth Deb. Talking them out of the shot.
Oh.
And there is that hot potato pass up the floor.
That's the second defensive stop. So now they're just, I was about to say they're just going to look after the ball and get a good finish or a good shot right now.
There is the good shot and there is the good finish. Number 27, Elizabeth Senevitala, going to the line for 3 points the old-fashioned way. It is an 11-point game. She converts. She's got to be happy with that. Coach has got to be happy with that. Coach Thomas Reid. Moss Vale just needs to solidify and find that running identity again.
100%.
Get that ball movement happening. Once again, 3-point shot, a little wide of the mark there. Oh, that could have been sticky for Moss Vale. They managed to get out of the break, but they don't really have them. They don't have numbers. That's a great wall up. Travel called. A bit of an impulsive manoeuvre there. I mean, when you're going 1 against 3, you wait for your teammates to come and join you. 1-on-1, if you feel like you can beat your player, fair enough. Oh, and she wins the ball back. Grace Burke with the steal.
And the finish.
Grace Burke, all is forgiven. She is one of the quiet leaders for the Moss Vale team. She doesn't allow herself to get flapped.
Yeah. And I don't know Grace, but I feel like she's a little bit older compared to the other girls, so she just has that little bit more experience.
Yeah, she certainly plays with toughness, and she will mix it up in the paint if need be, but she also knows that she's a perimeter player if she needs to. Like so. Bang! Grace Burke, number 3 for Moss Vale. After one turnover, she scored the next 5 points of the game for her team. And Springwood, very smart, recognising where their mismatches lie. Number 14, Nikoff Deb, getting a catch in the dunker spot and being able to put it up and get that score. 64-51, Moss Vale currently lead.
Oh, count it.
I'm sorry, I said it before, I'm going to say it again. When the going gets rough, the rough gets going. That is Eliza Ruff, number 8 for Moss Vale, taking it into the paint, facing the tremendous defense that's basically a wall up from Hades, and she is going for the third point now. Offensive rebound for Ellie Stokes. Moss Vale has got to be happy with this trip up the floor. Six left on the shot clock. They need to find their shot. Grace Burke goes for an offensive rebound again from Eliza Ruff, who gets the offensive rebound, draws the foul. Foul on number 14, Nikoff Deb. That is her third personal foul.
It's just effort right now. Moss Vale's just playing with a lot more effort.
Yeah, it's hustle married with, I would say, just a hint of extra confidence.
Yeah.
They can see the light at the end of the tunnel right now. And Moss Vale has also found some of the players a combination that works pretty well together, and they've been able to go with it. Now, that being said, of course, Matilda Spirin checking out, number 9 for Moss Vale, and number 11, Sophia Thompson, returning to the floor. You've got to rest some people occasionally. Ellie Stokes with the foul for Moss Vale. There was a wall up, but moving down low. Number 4, Grace Blackwood for the Springwood Scorchers to the line. She's having a very good game, and that is to be expected. She has been a very prominent scorer for them all season long, and she converts. She's made the 3-point play. It is a 13-point game, 67-54, Moss Vale over the Springwood Scorchers at this stage.
Good defense. Good stop. Keep running now.
Grace Burke with the wall up. They managed to get the stop. And Lily Kate Bentley re-triggering it for Moss Vale. A little bit, you've got to be careful, basically. Yeah. If you're not running the fast break, fair enough, but you've got to be aware of where the defensive transition is. Yeah. Foul called. Eliza Ruff, too rough for some. Timeout called to the Springwood Scorchers. 6:11 to go in the game. 67-54. Moss Vale currently leading, but I would say Springwood is not calling this timeout out of any sort of panic. They just want to sort of consolidate what they're doing and make sure that they go to their strengths.
Yeah, and maybe just give the girls a little bit of a rest. Some of them are looking a little bit tired.
Yeah, it's obviously time for a bit of a cheeky break and a couple of sips of water. Absolutely. But what do you think the Moss Vale coach might be discussing at this stage? I mean, he's got the lead, but this is a game in the balance to some
definitely.
degree.
I feel like Moss Vale are in control of this last quarter. They're probably just like saying, look after that pass. The give and go has been great. Their options offensively have been great. They've been hustling to get offensive rebounds. So it's just about just keep going with it, and not going back to those couple of minutes where you just forget everything and it just goes out the window. And I want to say a brain fart.
Well, you did say it, so there we go.
that we often see in games of where players have them.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously the pressure of this situation, this is not just a regular season game where you've got another game next week or the next day or something like that. This is for all the cookies. This is for a grand final spot against the Hills Hornets, who I've got to say are tremendous favourites, undefeated throughout the course of the regular season and indeed in the postseason. Grace Burke taking it inside, kicking out. Ellie Stokes looking to stretch the floor.
Nice.
Three-point shot, all net.
That wasn't missing from when it left her hand.
That was some sweet string music. Ellie Stokes, number 12 for Moss Vale, from three. That takes them out to 70-54. 16-point lead. And they get the stop again. Defensive rebound. They're triggering the break. That's the thing. When you play a fast-breaking game, you do run the risk of a few turnovers because you are firing the ball up the court as opposed to taking very good care of it. Travel called no basket there. A lucky escape for Moss Vale.
I think she knew she travelled. She wasn't questioning that call at all.
You're saying she travelled so far she needed luggage?
She knew it was there.
That's all right. I mean, the point is you play the game and you let the referees make their call. If you travelled, if you made a mistake, you just keep going because you never know who's looking and who's not. So Ellie Stokes taking it in the paint. A rare height advantage in the paint for Moss Vale. Foul is called on number 9, Grace Clark, for the Springwood Scorchers. And season leading scorer for the Moss Vale Magic, Ellie Stokes, goes to the line.
I like when Ellie gets out and she busts out and she keeps the ball on the floor because she's so athletic that she can handle the ball. It just creates a lot of pressure on the defence.
And one thing we should just notice about Ellie Stokes, over the course of the regular season, she led Moss Vale in scoring. She scored 62 two-point field goals. She scored 0 three-point field goals. We just saw her first of the season, and a very good one and very timely one it was too. And I think that's a lesson for all basketball players. Never assume that your opponent doesn't want to shoot from somewhere. Just because they have their scoring spots, it doesn't mean that there's not an opportunity. Someone might suddenly become a three-point shooter. Someone might suddenly become a driver. Someone might suddenly become a dunker. Probably not in this game, but we'll see.
I like the intensity that Abby's come off the bench for the Scorchers.
Abby Skeen has been very much sort of the Eliza Ruff for her team of this game. She's got some scores. She's been sort of getting in the dirt and getting stuck in the mud in terms of that defense and that kind of thing. Once again, a very all-court game from Abby Skeen. A lot of ball movement.
Oh, great
and
pass.
They do get that entry pass. All 5 players touched on that offense, and you've got to say that's ball movement.
Yeah, that was well done, well executed.
Caitlin Stone in the paint. Ellie Stokes. Now, normally, having both their centres on, this would be a Twin Towers situation for Moss Vale, but they still look undersized compared to the Springwood players.
They do.
Great play off the dead ball. Caitlin Stone on the offensive rebound and the putback. 72-56 with 4:17 left to go in the game. Moss Vale leading by 16 points.
Oh, and she gets her own rebound.
And once again, that interior game working for the Springwood Scorchers. Number 7, Rihanna Stockhill, with the putback. Another turnover for Moss Vale. A 14-point lead is a comfortable place to be, but you cannot rest on your laurels at this stage.
No, not at all, but I think credit to Moss Vale, they come out of that timeout and they've just been composed, got stops when they needed to and looked after the ball.
They're getting the job done. And once again, off a turnover, it is a Moss Vale ball. We've just got to see if both teams, or which team, can take best care of the ball. Now, there's another turnover. This is the kind of thing that can tilt a game. Rihanna Stockhill with the steal and taking it all the way. Ellie Stokes saving the play, but nonetheless, it is a Springwood ball again. Rihanna Stockhill taking a break.
She's done a great job in the last
Oh,
like,
she
4
has.
minutes.
She's made an impact, and now their tallest player by far
She's back on.
is back on. So they've just got to make sure that they use her. Caitlin Stone with the offensive rebound. Number 11, Sophia Thompson with the offensive rebound. Back to Caitlin Stone and the score. I would say the number of offensive rebounds we're seeing, I would say that's due to fatigue on Springwood's part.
100%.
That second effort on the rebounding is just not there, and it's not because of lack of intention. It's just we are deep in the game and they're going to be tired.
Yeah, very tired.
But Moss Vale being a running team, I guess they're more used to the high energy play.
Oh.
But there is one of those block shots again. And the foul. The stop and the foul.
And we may be having that little bit of a break while they walk down the other end of the court.
Yeah, everyone's taking a cheeky breather. Number 4, Caitlin Stone with the foul there for the Moss Vale Magic. Number 14, Nikoff Deb, to the line for 2 shots. Now, if she's been practicing her free throws, then this could put more of a dent into this 16-point lead, 74-58 at this stage. But once again, also it means that Moss Vale does not get a fast break off the back of this. She makes the first of 2. Second one misses. Moss Vale is out and running. They get a nice open 3-point shot, but Ellie Stokes on the offensive rebounds and the putback.
You can't let her get that offensive rebound because 9 out of 10 times she's going to score off it.
Yeah, she's been their leading scorer and she's done all her work in the paint throughout the regular season. That's where she's comfortable. We've seen her first 3-pointer of the season earlier in this game, but yeah, you've got to do your scout and be aware of who's getting what and from where. Timeout there. It is currently a 17-point lead at this particular juncture. 76-59, Moss Vale leading. 2:12 to go. Is it about pride at this stage?
Yeah, it's about effort, not giving up, diving on those loose balls and shooting the ball if they're open. They got nothing to lose right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, I'm not speculating on who's going to win this game. Who could tell?
Yeah.
But both teams need to play, because the thing is, one team is going to be playing tomorrow, and you want to make sure that you are playing the right way and you use every single minute of court time as practice for the next game, because the next game will be the last game for this entire competition of the Spalding Waratah Youth Women's Division 2. So this 2:12 to play, it's going to make a difference. And one thing just in the back pocket of Springwood is if they can draw the fouls, that will stop the clock and they are in the bonus.
Yes, they'll get to that line.
That being said, it's a Moss Vale ball. And now it's a question of how they choose to manage the clock. They are a running team. They like to get quick shots, but the clock is their friend, so are they going to draw some time off the clock? This ball movement would suggest so. Four seconds left in the shot clock.
Great kick ahead pass.
Oh, you'd want to have that one back again.
They did everything right down this end. They just got to finish that, just execute.
Ellie Stokes finished that offense with 2 seconds to go, maybe 1 second to go on a 24-second shot clock. So clearly it is Moss Vale's intention to ride out this clock.
Yep.
Minimise the number of possessions left in the game. Eliza Ruff, she's not waiting for it.
Nah.
She's had such a good game. She's not waiting for anyone. She took that in the paint and converted with ease.
Oh, nice pass.
Look, we're going to say that was in the Springwood playbook. That's entirely what they intended. And they got it back to a 17-point lead. It is 78-61, 1:12 remaining in the game. And there is that give-and-go play we've seen so many times from Moss Vale. But once again, there is that block shot that we've seen so many times from Springwood.
Yeah.
I think it's worth noticing, Kaz, that if we just played the final 3 quarters of this game and not the first quarter, this would be a very tight game.
It would be a totally different ball game.
Yeah. So Springwood might be sort of looking back and regretting that first quarter and the slow start. Now, possibly it was just because Moss Vale shocked them early. Possibly it was just because they weren't quite ready for the occasion.
Yep.
But they have held their heads up high for the final 3 quarters, and it has been a tight game in that respect. It was just the early lead that Moss Vale was able to maintain. And when Moss Vale didn't have it going their way, they at least had that buffer to fall back on.
Yeah, definitely.
Defensive rebound to Phoebe Leary. 38 seconds left in the game. Once again, that give and go in the paint.
Ooh.
Travel called. Travel called. There we go.
I would say that was a dead ball move.
Yeah. Well, look. Yeah. It's a world. But Moss Vale get the ball back, lose the ball. Springwood unable to convert. It's getting a little messy at this stage.
Great feed.
Yeah.
Good finish.
Once again, number 14, Nikoff Deb. She's been holding up her end of the bargain for so much of the game. Number 9, Grace Clark with the steal, and number 4, Grace Blackwood with the score. Amazing Grace in both cases. And that is all she wrote. Kaz, final scores 78-65.
Yeah, that was a great game of basketball. As you said, if the start wasn't as poor from the Scorchers, I think it would be a totally different ball game. But no, we don't want to take away from what a great job that Magic did. Yeah,
the Magic, now, once again, it was a case of a clash of styles. It was size versus speed, and I guess the speed and energy sort of won out over the course of the game. But as we said, the final 3 quarters very close, and respect to both teams, and you can see why they're here in the finals. They belong here. And what this means for the Spalding Waratah Youth Women's Competition Division 2, that means we have our finals set for 9:30 a.m. tomorrow morning, the Sunday morning. It will be the Moss Vale Magic facing the Hills Hornets. Now, the Hills Hornets are undefeated during the regular season, undefeated in the postseason. Moss Vale's got it ahead of them.
Yeah, but again, it's a new game and anything could happen. But I'm sure it'll be a cracker game, and good luck to both teams tomorrow.
Yes, and once again, we'd just like to say a big thank you to one of our major sponsors, Ford Aussie Hoops. Ford Aussie Hoops, our national learn-to-play program for basketball players aged 5 to 10. Head to www.aussiehoops.basketball to learn more. It's a very big thank you to you, Kaz, for joining us here today. Karen Irwin, by my side. My name's been Nick Godsall. Thank you very much for joining us for this Moss Vale win over Springwood in the Basketball New South Wales Spalding Waratah Youth Women's Division 2 competition. That is the semi-final. Final coming tomorrow. Thank you very much, Kaz.
Thank you.
Thank you.